and you'll get the United States Army locked up also. But well, does the state
I don't
only
care
go?
about that one.
I'm sorry.
I don't care about that one. He's United States government property. I pay his salary. He can pay his child support. My understanding is the individual is a captain. I have very little reason to believe he's ever going to show up. He's in flagrant disregard of this court's authority.
You're getting ready to get hammered on this one, Captain. All right, then. So the one thing I can do is go ahead and set up the SCRA attorney. That way we can get that one covered. So is Miss Lambert still here? Yeah,
Judge, do we need an SCRA attorney? I'm not asking for coercive contempt. I just want the man to pay his damn bill.
Oh, okay. You're not asking. Okay, I just saw the
I
enforcement.
can ask for coercive contempt. Day ain't over
Okay.
yet.
Okay. All right then. All
In
right
the
then. But right now, okay. Well, I thought it was. That's always usually an automatic in my court. You ask for both.
Here's the deal. I can meet with Miss Ferguson off mic, and in fact, we probably need to some point next couple of days because I want to update this exhibit. It's coming out of the last update was September of 23, and my math is dodgy, but I think that's a year and a half old. Bottom line is that we want him to pay some unpaid medical and dental, et cetera, and now I want some attorney's fees off of him. But coercive contempt is not really something I'm interested in. He's no good to me locked up.
And you'll get the United States Army locked up also. But well, does the state
I don't
only
care
go?
about that one.
I'm sorry.
I don't care about that one. He's United States government property. I pay his salary. He can pay his child support.
All right, then. I still normally go ahead and appoint an SCRA attorney just to confirm that he's on, that he is on. I know he's on active duty, but he's not. There's no reason why he should not be able to appear before this court based on his military service at this time. So I usually go ahead and do that one automatically just to cover that one. Thanks to something Judge Morris had me start doing years ago. So yeah.
Judge, if I may, for the record, I'd like the record to reflect that the setting was for today, that he was notified of it, and he failed to appear. It is now 11 o'clock. I've been sitting here for 2 hours waiting for this gentleman to show up.
Yeah, this is the second time he's not showed up as well.
All right, well, we have absolute right to go ahead and make a temporary order for the modification now on the enforcement because of the service circumstances. I can't do anything on that, but I can go ahead. We can go ahead.
I'm going to want to update that anyway, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Diamond, you want to go ahead and have a hearing on the and go for a temporary order on this one, or what?
If the court is comfortable doing that,
well, again,
sure.
Technically, we have not received a notice of a Service Members Relief Act request. I'm doing it as a temp. I will go ahead and appoint an SCRA attorney to confirm that he's not. The reason he's not here is due to military service. It's just the reason he's not here because he just doesn't want to show up. But the bottom line is, yeah, I've got no one's pled it, so I haven't got an answer for it, so we can go ahead and proceed on that. Okay.
That would be great, Your Honor. I would need to get my child support officer to testify to wages, and I haven't requested her to do an investigation yet. Could we have a brief recess, and I can get some testimony from my child support officer?
Sure enough, no problem.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Dr. Gaunt, I'll send you back to the. I'm sorry, I might be getting ahead of the horse here, Your Honor, but yeah, I'll send Dr. Gaunt and myself back to the breakout room if that pleases the court.
Go right ahead. Anyway, folks, we're going to go ahead and get this taken up. We'll get someone to testify to what he's actually earning at this time based on the federal information and get this one done. At least on
Judge,
this. Yes, sir.
In the interest of brevity, if he's active duty military, which I know he is, for state's evidence, I'll accept a current LES or the intel saying the same.
Well, the state likes to go ahead and get their since he's not here. The state likes to go ahead and get their child support officer to go ahead and actually give the true amount. So let's go ahead and do it that way, okay?
And I don't have his LES, Dr. Gaunt. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother the child support officer.
Well, I don't have him, so I'm bothered.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's take a few minutes to get that taken care of, and we'll get it done. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. At this time, court's going to go ahead and call. This is Ferguson, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll call Bell County calls number 22 DFAN 330,090. This is in the interest of Ferguson minor child, non-custodial party being Sean Allison Allen Ferguson, custodial party being Katie Ann Ferguson. This matter is before the court on a suit for modification of child support. The court is taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record that both parties in this matter have been served with the state's pleadings. That Ms. Ferguson has been represented by the Pritchard Law Firm and has filed a counter and a motion for enforcement against Mr. Ferguson. The state is present. Ms. Ferguson is present with counsel, and Mr. Ferguson has not appeared today's date. So at this time, I'll ask the state for an opening to tell the court what the state requests as we do here today. The court was looking at going forward with a temporary order at this time, and I'll ask the state on that, and then Dr. Gaunt on that, what he's asking for his client today, based on what we can do here as far as the pleadings there on file. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So my request is going to be to modify the child support. I have a guideline calculation of $1,610. That's based off of quarterly income, monthly $10,417 as the base, and then the BAH. I know the court likes to use Fort Cavazos. That's 1,563 is my understanding. It might actually be higher, but I know that's a safe number because we don't know this gentleman's rank. So total resources 11,980. I'm presuming TRICARE. So and I didn't even think to do the dental deduction, but I guess if he shows up, we can do that then. So $1,610 would be my request. And then, sorry, I don't have the date of service on.
Let's see what we have.
I'm looking for
Well,
that.
since
Now,
we're doing
Your
this
Honor.
in 10th, I would just go ahead and go with the next date, and then we could always go back to date of service and final. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I guess one other thing, if I tell the court, I would be asking the court to proffer this. I think Dr. Gaunt and I have some policy issues, and I don't want to call my child support officer to testify in this situation. Typically, we do it in a pro se, as the court knows, in a pro se default. So I would be asking the court to allow me to proffer this information today.
All right, then. Well, tell me where you got I'll let you tell me where you got the data from, and we'll take it from there. But this time, I'll allow Dr. Gaunt to make his opening. Thank you.
Judge, just for the record, number one, I have no objection to Mr. Diamond proffering whatever evidence he wants to as an officer of the court. I don't really care about the policies. That's not my problem. But I have no reason to doubt his testimony to this court. My understanding is the individual is a captain. For the record, it is 11:35. We've been here since 0900. This is the second time the gentleman has failed to appear in these proceedings. We are asking that he pay guideline child support. My understanding is that this has now become a temporary order. So I would be asking the court to set this at temporary child support until we can get actual discovery from this individual. I am quite certain the state has requested that from him. I have requested from him. He is steadfastly refusing to do this. I'd like him ordered at this point. I'm making a de facto trial motion for a motion to compel. I just need an LES out of this individual so we can all go on to brighter and better things.
Well, I'll grant your motion, and you can make it a part of your court order, sir, that the court orders the father to turn over a copy of his most current LES and give him a date certain by which you want that done, sir. And put it and make sure you put it in the bottom at that bold printing says your failure to comply with this could mean that you'll be held in contempt and sentenced. The usual boilerplate thing. Yeah, you can go to jail if you don't do this one. Okay. So,
Judge, I understand the court is not contemplating this, and for the record, from my former colleagues down there in Austin, no, I'm not asking Ken Paxton to pay my attorney's fees, but I will be asking the court at some point to contemplate awarding attorney's fees. I'm $4,000 into this. This individual will not show up. I have very little reason to believe he's ever going to show up. He's in flagrant disregard of this court's authority. That being said, if the state wishes to proceed on a CSPP1 calc, I'm fine with that. But again, I need some new discovery. I have reason to believe that the state's information is probably a little bit old, and I think he's either promoted or received another increase in BAH based on locality. But I have no issue with the state proceeding.
all right, then. I'll tell you what, Dr. Gaunt, I usually use Fort Cavazos, the BAH as the standard because this is where we are. But based on this gentleman's failure to cooperate, just remind when we go forward that I told you that we will look at his actual BAH, which I'm allowed to do. And yes. I hope he's not in DC or like the former recruiting sergeant for the Island of Manhattan. It's BAA, his office BAH is nothing like that, okay? So yeah. Well, that guy came before me and I said, no, I couldn't do that. So his BAH was more than his salary. So yeah.
Understood, Judge. I've said my piece. If the state wants to proceed, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Diamond. You may go ahead and proceed at this time, sir.
Yeah, so that's it, Your Honor. I have $10,417 as the monthly that this gentleman is earning, and then the Fort Cavazos $1,563 on the base housing, one other dependent, and so $1,610 would be my request for the guideline today. And Dr. Gaunt is correct. I'm 100%. I have confirmation that he's active duty. This number may need to be updated at the final. I think if this individual complies with the discovery, then this number will go up, Your Honor.
All right,
but this is being fair to him.
You can file your necessary motions also to compel, but I'm granting Dr. Gaunt's trial motion to do so and order him to. Well, he'll go ahead and set that up. I'm also going to go ahead and start the new child support amount. Let's go with February 1st. I can't make it. I can't enforce February 1st, but we're going to go ahead. It can be part of the judgment going forward. And of course, if he doesn't pay March 1st, then yeah, he has enforcement problems. But let's just go ahead and because the court will know for the record he's been previously noticed to serve. He's been previously noticed to show up, and is obviously not cooperating whatsoever. So let's go ahead and start the new child support amount. The first day of February, and that's the amount going forward. Order him to maintain the TRICARE and the TRICARE dental, whatever, if it is called TRICARE dental anymore, I wouldn't know. But whatever dental that the United States Army now has through either TRICARE or another independent source, he's ordered to maintain that. And again, I'll ask Dr. Gaunt to go ahead and draw up his motion order to compel and forward that over, and I'll sign off on it. And Mr. Diamond, if you wish to do the same, you may do so. So is there anything else at this time, Mr. Diamond?
No, sir, Your Honor. Thank you for, yes. Was the court contemplating putting I mean, I'm fine without it, but was the court contemplating putting an SCRA attorney on this case?
I'm thinking about, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. That way the attorney can tell them, you're getting ready to get hammered. You better, I'm your lawyer and I'm going to tell you stuff that's in your best interest, but this is not going to go well for you, attorney fees wise, enforcement wise, military career wise, if he doesn't start taking care of this. Is there any chance he's getting out of the military anytime soon? Anybody? Okay, Mom, shaking her head. No. How many years does he have, ma'am?
At least 5.
Okay.
Oh, how many is he at now? Like 15, maybe 14.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's going for his 20. Got it.
Your Honor, I show an activation date, May 17, 2016.
Okay. All right.
That was his commissioning date. He was prior enlisted.
Okay, so he went from enlisted to officer. All right, cool. All right, then let's go ahead and I'll let y'all draw up your orders and your orders on the motion to compel. And I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and point Miss Lambert on this one also, where she can tell the guy, I'm your SCRA attorney. There's no indication that you are eligible for Soldiers and Sailors Servicemen's Relief Act. And if you are, you need to show me proof thereof, and I'll make the necessary pleadings. But otherwise, you're getting ready to get hammered on this one, Captain. So,
Judge, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I just need to ask my client one question, if I may.
All right, let me go ahead and put her under oath. Okay, ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm me testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you?
I do.
All right, thank you. All right, and would you state your full name, ma'am?
Katie Ann Ferguson.
All right, thank you. Okay, Dr. Gaunt, you may proceed.
Ms. Ferguson, if you know or if you're aware, you indicated to my office that he was a captain, which I believe is an 03. Do you know or if you're aware, is he promoted?
He's not yet been promoted. It should be, I think the board comes out in like May.
Okay, all right.
So at the end of this year, early next year, he would be.
Okay, all right. But as far as you know, his duty station is as listed out there in Kentucky, is that correct?
Correct, Fort Knox.
Okay, that's all I have, Judge, at this time.
All right, thank you. All right,
and Judge, if I may address the court on another matter.
Yes, sir. We still know under the same case, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Judge, it's my understanding. I know you want to appoint Ms. Lambert. It's my understanding this individual, the respondent, he's been served with notice before, He hasn't shown up. He has property here in Texas. He's amiable to the laws of Texas. I really don't see that putting another billiard ball on the table and on this is necessarily appropriate. I mean, obviously the court's going to make the ruling. I understand that, but I feel like it's important to at least let the court know that this individual is not without resources and has made himself available to the laws of Texas repeatedly.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I know I got jurisdiction. The divorce was granted here. That's not a problem with that.
Okay.
Obviously, and I think a captain would know better, but hey, there there are people out there that just want to do things the hard way, and I'm thinking about going ahead and letting him know that there's a lawyer contacting him that has nothing but his best interest at heart, and that he might want to do something about this. But again, I'll make up my mind on that one and double check whether or not I want to do it on. But if I do do it, I'll let you know, Dr. Gaunt. Okay.
One last thing, Judge, does the court contemplate awarding attorney's fees to my office at this time?
Oh, gosh, yes. Just okay. They're in your request for attorney fees from the respondent fathers in your original pleadings. If not, make sure that they are in your next set, and make sure that it is understood that that's not for the state of Texas, but for the Mr. Ferguson. Okay, Captain Ferguson. Thank you.
Do I understand then that is reserved for final?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need.
You're probably going to have to do a lot more than the 4K your attorney fees that you've already had to use up on this one, because again, he doesn't seem to be cooperating very well.
Well, as they say in one of my favorite movies, no job too small, no fee too large. So we're here. Thank you, Judge. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Mr. Diamond.
Yeah, yes, sir, Your Honor. So do you want some language in this temporary order to the effect that the Dr. Gaunt's request for attorney's fees is granted, however, the court reserves the accounting until this matter is finalized? Do you want some language to that effect?
You can put it in that the court will take it up at final hearing, but the court at this point is granting will grant attorney fees, and the final amount will be determined at the final hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, I'll prepare an exhibit for that as well.
All right, thank you now. All right, anything else, folks?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Thank you for helping us get this done today.
And Ms. Lambert, you heard most of this, and if I do decide to appoint an ad litem, it'll probably be you. But I'll CC everybody if I decide to do that. Okay. All right. Everybody's free to go, and we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.